Pena, and this is the Beyond Celebrity Show live. I, of course, we got Mr. Miguel Sanchez,
How you doing?
host, producer, and then we got a special guest, one of my brothers from Chicago, Chicago's own Mr. Nick Gallo. This is your
What's up?
Pena, and this is the Beyond.
Sorry about that. Go ahead, go.
I appreciate it.
Go ahead, Nick. Spill your beans, brother.
Yeah. How could I say? Nick Gallo. Been how could I say? Started this when I was what? Well, I guess started messing with artists and getting to know celebrities and the whole over 20 years now. Yeah, that's man. It makes me seem old, but I've been doing it like website wise, doing a celebrity interviewer, doing this stuff for close to 10 years now. So yeah, it's a beast, but I love it. Otherwise I wouldn't do it. Yeah. Trust me, the money ain't all that great. Hardly no money in it in the beginning, but it's a passion.
So just letting the fans know, Mr. Nick Gallo, he's been a big fan of so many major celebrities since you were like what, 13?
Yeah, 12,
14? 13. So just going out there, meeting celebrities, making connections. Now he interviews the celebrities. He runs his own shop. Let him know what's the name of your YouTube.
Yeah, so website is Gallo, the guy just GALLO, then the guy all spelled out.com. Check out all my interviews. Everything's posted up there. Everything's in person, video recorded, visual interviews, no telephone interviews, nothing like that. They're all in person. I turned away a lot of telephone interviews, to be honest. I don't even care to do it. I may have to do them now in this day and age right now, but yeah, I haven't. But yeah, it's Gal, the guy Instagram's all the initials of Gal, the guy GTGYK. Check Instagram, Twitter, my Facebook page. I think it's at Gal, the guy though. Yeah.
All right. So first thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
What was one of your biggest interviews? Like one interview that you did and you were like, wow, I just interviewed this person. What was that moment?
Tell you the truth, because this was live. No, it wasn't live, but it was recorded for national. It was for NBC, and they switched up so many things within an hour. So I'm literally like trembling inside. It was on the Steve Harvey show.
What?
And
on his live show?
On his live show. Like
wow.
On his show. So I'm like, first of all, they told me I could record the whole interview on my phone. So I was like, hold on, isn't that against like copyright? Because automatically you can't have no phones in like, a national syndicated talk show. But they let me record the whole thing on my phone. So I still have that like 4-minute clip on my phone, video recorded. But they literally switched up the whole interview within minutes before they're like, okay, I need you to remember this whole paragraph within the next 20 minutes. I was like, oh, yeah, I'm just smiling. I'm like, yeah, no problem.
On the Steve Harvey show, like the Steve Harvey show, like, and they told you to memorize.
Yeah, they were like, remember this, but like, don't remember it as though like you're reading off of a script, like remember it in your brain like you're talking to someone. Make it look. I'm like, okay, yeah, you're not giving me a lot of time, and then they put makeup on you, so I'm sweating. Yeah, I'm like, man, what do you got me doing? And then at first they told me, before they even told me that, they're like, okay, we're gonna have you ask him a question for Ask Steve, and we're gonna have you interview him off the air. So I was like, okay, cool, we're good. Then literally, that was the 20 minutes. They're like, oh no, scrap that. We're gonna have you interview him on the air with the questions you had ready. I'm like, oh, okay. And they're like, okay, now remember this, and now we're giving you a whole bunch of new questions to ask him. We're doing rapid fire. We're not doing a full-on interview. I was like, man, y'all just
put you on the spot.
I was nervous already. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm about to be on national television. And then they're like, okay, scrap everything we just talked about for the past week and a half. We're doing it like this. I was like, yeah, yeah. But that, tell you the truth, I thought I was really going to pass out.
Yeah.
Like, inside, like, especially, when you're on TV, you got to wait for, like, your prompt to, get up. So the whole time I'm just like, God, please please don't let me piss myself. Don't let me, like, I'm just thinking of everything negative, and then I'm like, God,
don't let me be a meme.
exactly, for real.
Yeah,
That's how I
exactly.
felt.
Yep.
Because I was just thinking the worst. I didn't think I was gonna interview him on air. So I'm like, okay, cool. It'll be a quick, yeah, I'll give you an interview off air. I'm thinking, okay, cool. We'll be. And they're like, no, we're doing it on air. I'm like, hold on. So I'm going on stage. They're like, you're gonna be called out of the audience to go on stage and do it. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, yeah, okay. But no, that was definitely like a moment that will stick with me, I think, to the day I die. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that was crazy.
So I remember you telling me about this, right? This was not an interview, right? This was super fan moment. So me and Nick share a huge love for a big artist, right? Rihanna, right? Me and Nick,
Riri,
we're Rihanna Navy. We can't show us. You got to be Rihanna Navy to see our tattoos. We got
exactly. Yeah, man.
So we got the Rihanna Navy tattoos somewhere here.
Yeah, exactly.
So, what was the craziest experience? And you told me this one too. What was the crazy experience you had?
Craziest experience I did was when was it? 2018.
Okay.
That was I was in London for 11 days.
Okay.
And Ree was playing her little games. You know, Ree likes to play her games, which I like them because that's Ree. It wouldn't be Ree if she didn't play them.
Exactly.
And I'm in London, and I tell you the truth, because the whole talk was Rihanna was going to be in Milan, Italy, that week, but no one knew for sure because it was Rihanna. You know how she do. Yeah. And I bought a ticket. I actually did buy a ticket like a week before, and I was like, oh, let me go, but I didn't hear nothing, so I heard and canceled that flight. So I'm ready now, waiting for like $300 to get back into my account that I don't have. And the morning of her event, it was like confirmed, Rihanna spotted at Milan airport. I was like, damn, okay, let's see what. And literally God was with me because I hurried up and got on whatever Italy website for flights, and there was like a round trip ticket for like 130 pounds. And I was like, okay, I could afford that. I have a little more money left, not a lot, but I could still eat and, you know, survive. And I still had like another 5 days in London. So I had, and then like I just wasted a whole hotel night at London just to keep my stuff in. So I go to Milan. It was what was it? Like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hour flight. It wasn't that long. It was really quick, actually. My flight wasn't even like half filled. I was kind of, I'm not gonna lie, you could see the Swiss Alps from going from London to Milan. Wow. And I thought literally we were dying in the mountains because the plane was a little rocky. But so I get to Milan. It's confirmed she's there. It's gonna happen, that party. That it was a Fenty launch for Milan. And I don't have no info. So now I check into my hotel. I'm like, okay, I'm in and this is the one thing I'm so stupid that I don't realize this. London, they speak English. Milan,
no English.
No English. And they're like, oh, your name's Gallo. I'm like, yeah. And they're all speaking, Italian. I'm like, yeah, nah, bro. I don't know what you're saying. But so yeah, finally, it's late now. You know, I know the events. I think the event began at like 7 or 8 o'clock, and I messaged Rhea a couple times. No response. Not even a red. You know, at least if I see the red, I'm like, okay,
yeah,
I'm good. Yeah. There was no red. I'm waiting at my hotel. So my plan was wait for the party to begin. Let some people tag where it's taking place, find out where it is, and just go out there and see what pops. That's what I did. I had one outfit. I had a book bag on my back. That's all I brought with me. I didn't have nothing. Like I just showered, got ready, brought the dress shoes, the outfit, jewelry to look nice, and hair product, to be honest. Got dressed, went there. So I'm thinking like, you know, if she sees us, we're good. Yep. I'm thinking this is like in New York where the event's literally out in front, and if she sees you, you get in.
Yep.
No, this was literally like a whole block down
Wow.
the gate. So I'm like, man, this is just like, this is either just complete waste of money and time or it's gonna work out. So then finally Insta stories, putting her Fenty body lava on her shoulders and just, and I hurry up and hit it up. I'm like, yo, I'm out here. And this is a whole, maybe 45 minutes, maybe almost an hour, nothing. And I'm just standing out there and people are getting let in. You got to be on this list to get in. Finally, after like maybe 45, 50 minutes, two women with like Fenty shirts on. They were like working the event, but they were American. So they were like from her team of Fenty Beauty. And they're like, is a Nick Gallo here? I'm like, yeah, right here. And they're like, Rihanna sent for you. We got to take a photo with you because we got to send it to her people to make sure it's you because we just want to I'm like, no, that's cool. Like, I appreciate that, to be honest, because you got the wrong person and I'm still waiting out here and you got the wrong person in. But literally I was brought into the party, all access, because the party was broken up in like, a lot of people don't know this. A lot of her parties are broken up in two different types of people. They're like fans where you're not allowed even in the party. You're allowed like outside the red carpet. And then there was the actual party. And yeah, they just brought me in and re-hooked it up. But that was crazy. I mean, for being in a country I'd never been in, no English, barely no money. I mean, I panicked. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little like, yeah, this is normal people do not do this, but I'm not normal. Far from normal. But I took a chance. I was like, you know what?
But it paid off. It paid off.
Yeah. I mean, it was dope. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I was getting kind of lit. I had to slow up on the alcohol because I was like, okay, I'm in another country. I have a flight in like 8 hours because I took the first flight back out of Milan. Like, I got to the airport before Milan airport even opened.
So you didn't even get a hotel room that night. You just went from.
No, I did. No, I got a hotel room. I would never. Hell no. I would never do that.
That would have been gangster though. That would have been gangster.
If that was in New York or like LA, I would have done something. I did that in New York, to be honest, for real. But no, not in another country. I needed a hotel to hold it down for a little.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was crazy. That was nuts.
So now what we usually do now, we usually ask, especially you've been in the game so long, Nick, and you've been, been doing the interview thing and been doing the interview thing for a long time too. What would you advise the younger version of yourself? Like coming up all the way up the ranks, like you now, what would you advise like the younger version of yourself? Or like say you have an apprentice, what would you guide the apprentice? Like what would be the first step of like guiding a new? Yeah.
See, the thing, I guess it's a two-way street.
Okay.
And see, if I've been hated on because people are like, oh, you stalk people to get to know them. I'm like, well, unfortunately, that's how it is for some artists. I've been hated on also I'll tell you both sides. So one thing I would say if I was 12 again, I would recommend like the people I did meet, knowing their team more way quicker. Like when you do meet them, talk to the manager, ask who it is, ask who's around them. Don't just run to the artist and then that's it. Because the artist could do a lot for you, but their people do 10 times more. Exactly. Like the artist barely picks up their phone if you do have a phone number, and they're so busy in their own life. I mean, I think that's like the number one thing for anyone trying to get into the entertainment business, unless you work for like a major brand. Yeah, you're given all that. But if you're independently, 100%, like get to know the team. I mean, make your face known too. Like smile, because they look at that. Because so many people have told me like, well, I can never forget your smile. Like I can never forget your face. Like you stand out. So I guess it's a good thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if it really is or not, but I guess it's a good thing to stand out, But I wasn't never like, I think some fans, they do the crazy stuff. Like, don't do the crazy stuff. You want to be taken seriously. Don't act nuts. Don't be screaming and jumping on people. That you better stop that right away if you're trying to get in this business, because you're not respected unless, I mean, it works a certain degree, I guess, but to be taken seriously, no. But no, that's what I would tell myself. But on the other hand, like I said, a lot of people think of that as like a bad thing because you should be professional at all. I'm like, well, I was young, I built that's how I tell you the truth. I think some of my biggest interviews I've gotten through networking or supporting an artist. So, I mean, if that's wrong, I guess it's wrong to some people, but hey, it's gotten me to some pretty far places. So, yeah, that's what I would tell myself, 100%.
Good, Miguel.
Yeah, I guess that's amazing. Like, definitely, all these stories are like good for people to hear, like what it really takes to get to do what you want to do. Like you pretty much put it all on the line to
yeah, literally.
do it.
Literally.
Yeah, like literally, right? So like did you set out to want to be an interviewer? How did you get from being a fan to being an interviewer?
Tell you the truth, when at first I didn't know what I was going to do. I was always like fascinated with pop culture and like music, TRL, 106 in Park. Those were like, I love that stuff. All that music, countdowns, buying the albums, all that. I always did that. Go to concerts, go to autograph signings, go to book signings, Borders, Tower Records, Virgin Megastore, you name it, I was there. Everything in Chicago. But tell you the truth, it wasn't until I got in a really bad car accident. Like I couldn't walk for 6 months. Yeah, it was bad. After that, I was like, okay, well, I can't just keep on meeting people. Like there got to be something. So I went to this broadcasting school in Chicago. It's a 1 full year, no breaks, no Christmas break, no Thanksgiving break, no Easter break. It's straight up. You start like me. I was October nights. You start in October and you went 1 full year for 3 days from 6:30 to 10:30 at night. So I had a full-time job, 9 to 5. I worked Monday through Friday, and then I went to school Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6:30 to 10:30, and then I interned at a radio station on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7 to 11.
Wow.
So yeah, that was kind of like I was like, okay, well, I got to do something. So then I was like, let me just
paying the dues right there. That's
yeah,
perfect.
yeah. I mean, it was strenuous. Don't get me wrong, because 9 to 5 work and then going right to school, barely having like a half hour to travel to get there, and an hour to like eat something, and then you go right to school from 6:30 to 10:30, and then by the time you get home, it was 11:30 midnight. You want to wind down. I'm not someone just to fall asleep. So, I was up till usually like 3 a.m, and then waking back up at 7 and just doing it for a whole year.
Yeah.
But that was the time I was like, okay, let's take this seriously. I already knew a lot. So going to broadcasting school, I'll put it like this: anyone going to broadcasting school, don't just go there and expect you're going to get stuff because you're going to broadcasting school. Like have some, like me, I had prior knowledge of, networking with artists or knowing their teams and, knowing people. So that's what I did. And I was like, yeah, let's start a website. Like my final project to graduate was my first interview with Jennifer Hudson.
What?
So yeah, that was my final project of the school year, but that was my first interview and I look back at that interview, man, it's so horrible because I was so uptight and like just sitting there like with my cue cards, like, man, I would never ever do an interview.
How long ago was that? How long ago was that?
That was 2013.
Wow.
Yeah, 2013. Yeah, that was the first interview. And she had it set up at the Langham Hotel, and we were right off the river. It was dope, like the whole vibe of it.
Why don't you? Because we always think about, all right, a fan. Our audience is probably mostly fans. How'd you get that interview? What was the story of getting that first interview?
Tell you the truth, I was introduced to Jennifer by a friend back in 2008. I actually met Jennifer Hudson at Harpo Studios, Oprah Winfrey's show. And that was just literally like a fan. That was just like, because the friend that knew her was kind of more of like a fan too, at that point. And then from there, I just built like a reputation with her, just, I always supported her, always went to shows, always went to her events or anything she had in Chicago. And yeah, she just, you know, I brought it to her like, hey, I want this to be my first interview and it's my final project. And she's like, okay, let's see what we can work out. And I mean, she laid it out for me. I mean, she had a whole conference room at the Langham Hotel. And yeah, it was actually before it was that movie, I forgot what it was called, something called Mr. and Pete. It was starring her, Jordan Sparks, and something else. And she played like a crackhead mom in the movie. It was actually filmed in New York, in the projects in New York. Yeah.
Wow.
That was the movie premiere, and we were at the hotel beforehand. She's like, we'll do it here. We won't do it red carpet because it's more personal. But it was, one-on-one sit down, and yeah, it was crazy.
Do you have that up?
Yeah, that's up. That's up.
Let me check it out.
I mean, a lot of people didn't believe me, to be honest. Like, you know how people, I get it though, at the other hand, because so many people I've met, they're like, oh, I'm interviewing so-and-so. I'm like, okay, cool. Send me the link. I want to watch it.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's not. I'm like, okay, it's like,
me and Miguel knows a couple people like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of people like that. Majority of the people in this industry, you know how it is. Like, they're like, oh yeah, I'm doing it next week, and next week happens and you never. Yeah. But yeah, that happened. I was blown away. Like, I could not believe my first interview was a sit down, one-on-one, no red carpet, because I hate red carpets. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like them.
I'm not into red carpets either. I don't.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah. Oh, well, I tell you something. When I first became a paparazzi, like I was doing it just because it looked like fun. But,
yeah.
and then it was an adrenaline rush, right?
Yeah,
and,
definitely adrenaline rush.
Oh my God. Then you start talking to people and then like, yo, you can make some serious money, but you have to take it serious. So it took me about a year to really get into it and really do it like almost 12 hours a day and not expecting money either. I looked at it more like school.
Because you had to learn the process. You have to learn the ropes. You can't just, and that's the problem with people today, especially millennials. Millennials want it all given, and if you don't give it to them, they're like try to blackmail you or something because like that's just how they are. I hate saying I'm a millennial because I wasn't raised like that. I was raised, you work for what you want. Like, you want it, put in the hours, put in the work, you're not going to get paid. You're not going to get the biggest interview off the bat. I mean, but put in the groundwork, it'll happen. Because that's how I did, like how you were saying with paparazzi. I just didn't take the photos. I would find the people. You'd be like, how do you find them? This is before social media. You know, you didn't get no tips from Twitter or Instagram. Who's on the corner of this street? You know, it was literally like, okay, let's wait here for 8 hours, 10 hours, 15 hours, 24 hours, and hope they show up and then hope they stop.
And then you got to become cool with the doorman. You got to get cool with the.
You can't look like a creep. You got to be normal. You got to be sane. So they look at you like a normal person and not, should we call the cops or, you know, especially in Chicago, like New York's different.
And they see the interaction, right? They see that you're not the D-head, right? They see that you're not, for me, asking the crazy questions, you know.
Exactly, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They would always, especially like Chicago, we don't have a lot of paparazzi. So they would always look at me, and especially the bodyguards too. They would be like, put the camera down. I'm like, I'm not even trying to take photos unless I get a photo with them. I'm not gonna, that doesn't do anything for me. Like, unless I was selling it, that's different. If I was in it for that. But me, I was trying to build. I was like, no, if they say no, I'm not gonna snap a photo of them. I'm just gonna go on with my day, and it was worth a try. That's all you could do.
I know.
It is what it is, unfortunately.
Shannon Williams, one of our chatters, she wants to know, has there ever been a celebrity that you tried to get, but it didn't work out?
In terms of interviewing or in terms of just meeting?
Interviewing or meeting. Either one.
Meeting? Yes, a lot of people. Especially in Chicago. Like, see, the thing is, Chicago, like New York, I say like this, anyone that lives in New York. Or more
get close to, like try to like.
Get close to?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of artists. Yeah. Like, I've gotten into fights with, for stupid reasons, really stupid reasons. The first fight I got into was pretty bad. I mean, it was literally like screaming back and forth in in a office building, like in the where you sign in.
What?
It was it was Ludacris.
Really?
And he was like, I was a big fan of Ludacris. That was my whole like grammar school, high school, like, you know, Back for the First Time album, you know, Word of Mouth, Chicken and Beer, all them albums. Like I had all of them. And before I always used to bring my CD covers to get signed, and I would ask for a photo. And he was like, yo, bro, you an eBayer, you an eBayer. And I'm like, bro, I bought all your albums. What do you mean? These are no 8x10s. These are no glossies. This is your work. Like, what do you mean an eBayer? Like, I get what you're saying, but I could see if I was coming with 8x10s or some kind of, you know, some kind of big photo, I get those are sold. He would not. And I was like, well, could you personalize them? Put them to Nick. Put to Nick, you know, Ludacris. No. I was like, okay, well, can I get a photo? No. Like, it was so bad arguing. His publicist and his team, like when he went up to, I think he was on the radio station, his team came down and was like, I'm so sorry. Like, you know, and it was his birthday too. So I was like, it's your birthday and you're this miserable? So
man, did you lose your fandom from?
Oh, that totally turned me off. Like I was still a fan, but I wouldn't go. But the one thing he told me is like, the only way I'll sign anything for you is at an autograph signing. So fast forward a year comes. This is when Virgin Megastore was still around. In Chicago, he had an album release for autograph signing for Word of Mouth. No, not Word of Mouth. That was the last album the first album when he cut his hair. I forgot what album that was, but he remembered me because it was bad. Like I said, it was like not a good interaction as an artist to a fan. And he was like, I'm so sorry. I was not feeling it that day. But then he still wouldn't take a photo.
Really?
And so what happened was, it was so fun. I'll never forget this. Half of, usually autograph signings, if there's too many people, unfortunately, you may just get an autograph and you don't get a photo.
Yeah.
But for this one, there was only like less than 100 people. And he was there, I think, for like 3 hours. So everyone was done, and he was saying no to every photo. So at the end, everyone was still waiting around there because they're like, there's not even no one here. Just take photos with, the people that are here. What's the problem? Like, who cares? You're paid for another hour and a half. You might as well just do the photo. So everyone that waited went back in line and got a photo. And he looked so stupid because it was like, bro, just do the photos. And I could see if there was a line outside the door and around the block. Yeah, you can't, unfortunately it's just not how it goes. Yeah. But he said sorry. And then he finally I finally got one photo over a table with Ludacris. It's my only photo because after that, I kind of just lost
interest. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I respect him. I think he's talented, but it's just like, you're that big headed and you think that much of yourself. I'm good. I just,
you never know what's going on in people's lives, their heads, like,
exactly. And that's what also I try to tell people too. Like, he could have just said, he just could have gone about it a better way.
Yeah.
Because like you said, people go through stuff. You don't know if someone passed in his family. You don't know kind of fight with his spouse or someone in his family or with a record label with his team. They got into some altercation. You don't know, or they're just in a bad mood. I mean, there's days I'm in bad mood, so I try to tell it a lot to people that get mad off the bat. When they don't get something they want. But that's unfortunately the millennial mindset too. You don't get it. Oh, I hate him. It's like, no, I don't hate the guy. I just, I fell back a little.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of say that sometimes. And that's where I think Cesar has done well. It's like, don't meet your heroes or something like that is the term.
Yeah, because you may get disappointed.
Yeah.
More often, you're going to be disappointed than.
Let me tell you something. One of the worst times I've seen, and not for me, once I press that record button, I do my thing, right? Most of the time they're cool. Even if they don't want you to be there, they don't want to look like crazy men in front of the camera. So one time we were just hanging out and waiting for LeBron James to come out of this. He had suit and tie. He was going to a wedding, right? So LeBron James about to come down. It was this big hotel that you could see them coming down the steps. And they had this father and son from India. It was the last day there, right? Big fans of LeBron James.
Mm-hmm.
Father, son, great moment, right? Beautiful moment. LeBron about to come down. Oh my gosh, son. There's LeBron James, son. Look at him. Oh my God. So I'm recording it. I'm like, here we go. Right? I knew what was gonna happen, right? I'm like, it's like seeing that train wreck like coming.
Yep. You know it.
I was just like, here we go. So the father came up to LeBron, right? And was like, LeBron, we're big fans. Can I take a picture with you, LeBron? LeBron like this. They're right next to him. Ignored him completely. Like they're not even there. Yeah. LeBron, we came from India. This is our last day. Come on, LeBron. And he's just looking around like this. Now the driver was still in the car, so he couldn't open the door. And then LeBron's trying to get in the door, right?
Yeah.
And LeBron's like, boom, 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 boom. And the guy's like, come on, please, sign something. This paper. He had like a blank piece of paper that he ripped up like from something just so he could sign it. LeBron still ignoring. If these guys wasn't here, I would have done it. I put the camera down. I was like, go ahead, do it. I was like, LeBron, go ahead, do it.
Yeah.
And LeBron was like, nah, it's too late. Got in the car and left.
Just crushed that kid's dream.
Crushed it. It was over.
Yeah, that's why you can't. I tell people, I'm like, it's a chance you take, and you can't get too. You have to be prepared, I guess, in a way, because that's what people don't understand. They just think, oh my God, because to tell you the truth, I think I've met more people I thought that were nice on TV are usually the worst, and the people that you think are the worst are usually the nicest people. And that's happened a lot in my end of like seeing people. There's so many people I've met where I was like, oh my God, they're gonna be so cool. And I meet them, I'm just like, dang. But then it's the opposite for the people I think they're gonna be bad. And they're the coolest people. Like usually you want to keep meeting them because they're just so cool. So it's weird how, because they put on an act for TV.
Yeah, people are people, like you said. When they're in front of the camera, they're different people,
Yeah, I mean they're paid for that. So I mean it's a job. I get it.
But it's unfortunate. But it's unfortunate because a lot of people don't get that the fans are fans, right? And a lot of these people you're not gonna ever see again.
Yeah, it's your one chance.
It's your one chance. You know what I'm saying? And one of the things, one of my pet peeves. And usually I rub things off. It don't bother me too much. Only when fans are involved, right? So when a fan is there and you never met this fan before, and then be like next time. So when is gonna be next time?
Yeah.
Right. Like I just came from whatever, right? Wyoming, right? First time in New York, and you saying to these fans next time, right? Like I just don't understand that.
What does that mean? You're not telling me. Okay, next time I'll be back in an hour. No, you're not even telling them some kind of hope. It's just like next time, meaning whenever next time in my lifetime. Like you said, if they're from a crazy random city, that ain't happening. Like that, it's sad. I mean, I feel bad, like especially now where I observe more and I just see. I'm like, damn, that kid ain't never gonna meet that person. But
I know.
It's unfortunate.
Like, but it's good to like let people know that like the stories you guys I've seen it with. Actually, I seen it with Cesar one time with Justin Bieber, where Justin Bieber, we were following. We went to LA and it was a group of us, the 24/7 Paps crew and all that, and we're following him all day. And then the time comes to meet him, we go out, and he's like, "Look, I'm not really feeling it right now." But he's still kicking it with Cesar and crew. But he's like, "Don't take no pictures of me." And Cesar was like, "Yeah, all right." And when we went back to the car, I'm like, "We were following him for 8 hours." He's like, "No, that's not. We don't do that. We don't do that because then I got a relationship because I respect." Exactly. Just people was just not feeling it at that time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was right.
And that's the thing. That's why it's so hard. Like when you have fans, but you have a relationship, because like some of the fans are crazy and they just blow up or start cursing them out. And I'm like, man, don't do it, because you don't know if he may be feeling better in an hour and you see him somewhere else, he may stop, or some artists are like, I'm stopping one time and that's it.
Yep.
They do that a lot. Like, yo, come back tomorrow between 1 and 5. I'm gonna do it there, and that's it. Tell everyone. That's the one time you're gonna get your graphs, your photos, and paparazzi photos. Otherwise, I don't want to be seen. Don't photograph me. So like that's what I guess people don't know. Certain fans know, certain fans don't. Like you said, people that one-time thing, they're lost. They don't know. This is just, they think they're gonna pop out and they're gonna sign every photo and hugs and kisses and 10 photos, a photo shoot. They think, the glitz and glam of it all. And I'm like, nah. That's the other thing I tell people. Like they see they see my photos. They're like, oh my God, you lived the life. I'm like, man, that photo took 18 hours. And it was literally 3 seconds long. It was a quick photo. Didn't even hardly acknowledge me. And I mean, that's the realization of it. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, or you get from the bodyguard like, don't move. I'm like, okay, just stand there. The artist comes right up to you, quick photo, and you don't never see him again.
So yeah, we just interviewed a girl that's like she's gonna be a popular singer in Canada. Turns out she was like one day waiting for Ariana Grande. She's in one of Cesar's videos. She was waiting the whole night. She didn't even meet her, right? Or something like that.
She didn't meet her. She walked by her because she didn't know, right? By her house, she don't do nothing like that, right? She don't take pictures of nobody. She just walks to her car and that's it. But she didn't know, right? And I told her, even in the interview yesterday, we was telling her, we was like, let's meet her. When you meet her, you're gonna meet her eye level, because you're gonna become a dope star, and then you're gonna meet her eye level, and that's gonna be a better meeting than just that quick meeting before she gets into the car. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like going backstage with Ree, right? What you rather meet her, walk into her car, take a quick selfie, and be out, or be backstage with Reed.
Exactly.
Actual, conversation.
It's priceless. You can't even. Money can't buy it.
No, your money cannot buy that. And that's the thing. Nick Gallo, he's one of the few only other people that's been backstage with Reed and took pictures with Reed and hung out with Reed backstage, and tell some of the fewer fans how that felt, being backstage after a concert and being just, oh my God, Rihanna, and 30,000 people yelling, and then after all that, have to talk to her after the concert. Let them know.
Yeah, tell you the truth, it was where was I in? What's it? Cincinnati. So it's like a 5-hour. Tell you the truth, I took the mega bus by myself because no one wanted to go. Because see, this is the other thing people don't understand. Everyone's like, well, I want to go with you, but I want to definitely meet her. I'm like, I can't. I don't promise nobody nothing because I don't get no one's hopes up. I'm like, it's a chance. I'm like, it's a chance I'm even taking.
Yep.
So if you support, you just go and you hope for the best. If not, hey, at least you tried. You can't say you didn't try. Yep. At least you, and the knowing that you did try. So I go to Cincinnati. Ree didn't 100% tell me. Ree was like, yo, what city you coming to next? And I told her, Cincinnati. She's like, okay, I'll see you soon. That's all. She didn't say, we're going to do it in Cincinnati, because I was still going to like, I think 5 or 6 more shows. I forget how many. But it was cold. I'm not going to lie. It was Cincinnati. It was March. What was it? March 12th or 13th, 2016. And I'm outside. I'm not even, the concert's over. I mean, this is completely, the arena shut down. And that arena was janky, like old school, like old Madison Square Garden before it was renovated.
Really?
It was like that old, it's still like that too, that arena. It was in Cincinnati, US arena. I think it's called the US Cellular or US Arena, I forget. And there's about maybe 300, 400 fans by the buses. So I'm like, man, it's going to be either a quick, we're going to get in. I'm going to get it because I went by myself. I didn't know one with me, and I didn't know any of the fans. They were just, fans from the show. And then not even maybe an hour after, not even an hour. Who was it? I think one of Ree's bodyguards and maybe her road manager or tour manager were like, is Nick Gallo here? I was like, hey. And, escorted her right back to her dressing room, right outside the door. And yeah, I mean, literally it was just me one-on-one. No one, period. No one. I mean, she did not meet anyone that night except me. It was literally like a whole, I waited in there. I think I waited backstage because she was doing her makeup for me. She's like, I did my makeup for you, Nick. I was like, oh, okay, Ree. I was like,
so one thing I think we didn't get into is how'd you foster a relationship like that with Ree? Like I know we know Cesar's story, you know.
Ree, I met Ree in 2005 at her mall tour.
So early in her career, pretty early.
First single, Upon the Replay.
Okay.
I mean, I just liked her. I was like, I don't know, she's dope. Because it was her and Tierra Marie. They were the two people that Jay-Z signed to Rockefeller. They were the two females. And the whole thing, like the whole like rumors going around was like, whoever does better, he's gonna keep on. And I don't know, I just seen something in Marie. I was like, oh, she's dope. And then I seen she was doing like this small mall tour. It was like a little square stage with her two dancers. I think it was sponsored by Secret, like women's feminine products or something, and like deodorant or something. And I met her there, and it was tell you the truth, it wasn't even long. It was like a quick meet. She did a meet and greet for so many people. I forgot how I even got the meet and greet, but I think it was like a contest when you got to the mall or something. She only met probably like 50 people, and it was against the table. I got a quick photo. She signed Music of the Sun, the first album, and that was it. That was it for that day, to be honest. I was like, oh, it's cool. Hopefully she makes it. Then that was in like, I think September, October 2005. Then in December 2005, she did Kiss FM Jingle Ball it was Kiss FM in Chicago, and it was snowing crazy. So I went by. It was at the Chicago Theater, which Chicago Theater is pretty easy to get access to see them going for sound check. So I waited. She let me on her charter bus. Really? And the thing was, even at that time, I didn't get a photo. She just signed a couple things for me. We didn't get a photo. Like, I still regret that every day because I was like, damn, it was still early on. Like, but her publicist, I don't know if it was her publicist or like her artist rep. She was being kind of like, hurry, like we gotta hurry. And Ree's like, oh, it's fine. Like, it's not that. But we weren't even close, to be honest, Ree. That was the second time. And then it was really just supporting, to be honest, though. It was just going. And every time she noticed me, because every concert I would wait to be in the front. If it was GA, I would wait all day to be at the front of the line and to be against the barricade in the front. Because then she did. After that, I didn't see her for a while because she did. That's when like Umbrella came out with Good Girl Gone Bad, and she like blew up.
Level.
Yeah, like she leveled up to, and all she was doing, I remember in Chicago, was like radio shows, like tons of radio shows, because she didn't have a real big tour here until 2009. Yeah. So between 2005 and 2009, she was like opening up for. Remember, she opened up for Black Eyed Peas in 2006.
Wow.
On their Monkey Business tour, because I went to that. She opened up for Kanye on Glow in the Dark tour.
Wow.
That was 2008, actually. Yeah, she didn't have her like a full-on blown tour. And then she did like small little shows. She didn't do a lot of big shows. But tell you the truth, she didn't really remember me. Because when the Glow in the Dark tour, I won a contest at the radio station to meet her. And she looked at me like, I know you, but I don't know you. But she gave me that look like, how do I remember you? Because we didn't see each other that was 2008. I didn't see her in person like since 2005. So it was 3 years gone by. And then 2008 met her. Then I bought a meet and greet for the Loud tour. Because she did Last Girl on her tour. I didn't have money for the meet and greet. It was like $500. And she did the Loud one. And I was like, okay, I'm paying the $500. I'm saving up. I got it. And she remembered me. She was like, oh my God, how are you? And I remember I had like a scrapbook.
You paid $500 for a meet and greet?
It was $500. Yeah, it was a ticket. Wow. It was a front row ticket. You got to meet her, and you got like.
Oh yeah, okay. It came with the ticket.
It came with the ticket. Yeah, it was like the first, however many through like VIP Nation or something.
Okay. I
think it was I Love All Access at that time, and I remember people were complaining that were in the meet and greet because Ree, she'd take her time to do a meet and greet. She didn't come out till like 3 a.m. and you have a line of like 150 people. And they're all like, people are falling asleep waiting, and I'm good. I'm like, I know it's
gonna happen.
This is another day. Like, But then it was that, and then 2013 was the year. I mean, the Diamonds World Tour, that solidified when she followed me on Instagram, Twitter. No, she didn't follow me on Twitter until the following year, but that was when it really got like, Nick, I know. And then when she knew my name, I was like, dang, you know my name.
Like you put in the work. That's
yeah, I mean, it was you. And that's what people are like, oh, you stalked her to know her. I'm like, well, unfortunately, that's the only real way to get to know Rihanna, unless you have a connect to her. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's not even a stalking. I don't even call it stalking, man. I call it supporting. And
yeah, that's how I see it as. I see it as support. Like, it's not like I paid a ticket for every single thing I went to. It's not like
that's super support.
Yeah, like I paid all tickets. I mean, I spent $500 for that meeting. You know, that was not free. It wasn't like anyone could go.
And you believed early, right? Like at the end of the day, that's the common thread we keep hearing. Like, if you believe in someone early, go and do the support.
Exactly. Put in the work then.
That's the groundwork.
They'll remember you. They know you from them times. Like if they just see you, like so many people I see, you know, Rihanna fans, and I'm not saying they're not fans, but I started following her right after the Unapologetic. I'm like, I'm sorry, Ree ain't gonna really know you. That's so far.
Yeah, she already had like 50 million fans by then.
Yeah, I mean, like she's so solidified. I wouldn't know you either. Like, it's just human nature. Like, you're gonna obviously recognize someone from the beginning than someone that's, you know, coming. She started in 2005. 2013 was the Unapologetic, Diamonds World Tour. That's almost 10 years in. I mean, people, she can remember no one pop out like that. But yeah, I mean, I put in the work. And then ever since then, I mean, Reese hooked it up backstage. Diamonds World Tour was the first one she brought me backstage. Anti-Tour, she brought me backstage. I mean, and then every other, I mean, Cesar, you were with me in Times Square, 50,000 people. And she calls me like, Nick, get over to the car. I get grabbed by 2 police, like, what are you doing? And Reese rolling down her window like, yo, let him through. He's good. And everyone else is held back. I mean, literally it was chaos. I thought I was going to get trampled because it was just so many people. And she didn't stop for no one. She didn't take one photo at that Fenty Beauty outside in Times Square. So she shows love.
It was wild. But
that was wild.
Again, that's the groundwork, right? People don't get that groundwork. That groundwork is so important. You know, even going back to the Jennifer Hudson story, right? You was there in the beginning with Jennifer Hudson, right?
Yeah.
What people don't understand is that groundwork got you to you being so close to Jennifer Hudson to the point that you sitting on her chair on The Voice. You know what I'm saying?
Jen is one of the most humble, dope friends I could ever ask for. Like when I was in London, tell you the truth, when I went to Milan, I was in London with her because she was on The Voice UK. First, she did The Voice UK for a couple seasons, and then she switched off between US and UK. I mean, I was with her on Easter. I mean, we hung, like, Jen's just a cool person. Like, if you get to know her, but like I said, putting in the groundwork, supporting, buying the tickets, buying the music, you know, going to events, going to movie premieres, I always did that. And just, you know, people think they just want the quick, I want to know her. I'm like, it doesn't work like that. Trust me, if it was that easy, I would know everyone.
Yeah, exactly.
But it doesn't work like that.
It's like with any human, right? Like,
yeah, you ain't gonna
guy like that, you know.
And she didn't trust me off the bat. That's the other thing. Like, people want these artists to trust them off the bat. I'm like, it doesn't work like that. I mean, if I was an artist, I wouldn't trust no one off the bat either. If I see you working toward, okay, I see he's not crazy. I see you don't have his phone out at every friggin' minute, because that's another turnoff. You know, people have their phones out for every you know,
selfies all the damn time.
Oh my God. I mean, they just want to video. Like, I've seen certain people with artists that it turns them off. You know, you have their phone, like, why are you recording? You don't record when you're with a normal friend. So if you want to be friends with them, why are you doing this? But don't take a picture.
It's levels to it, right? It's levels to it.
100% levels.
You got people that just want that, right? And want the clout. You know what I'm saying? And not really fans, right? They want the clout, Instagram clout. Oh, I know them and stuff. No, you don't, but it's still, you know, you got the clout with the selfies and everything like that. Like, nah, you know, if you want to really get to know them, and this is what I tell fans all the time, don't go crazy. If you want an experience with the celebrity, don't go crazy when you see them. go crazy after they're gone.
Exactly.
And you yell,
once you're back in your house, in your room, scream at the top of your lungs.
Yeah,
you're all good. But in person, just gonna turn her off to everyone, including her team, their team. I mean, it's just a security. It's a security issue. Regardless, it is. It is what it is. I mean, I was just with a new artist that I interviewed that's really popping. Her name's, I don't know if you heard her, Paloma Mami. She's really popping. Sold out. She sold out a show at the Bowery Room 2 weeks ago. She sold out here in Chicago. I interviewed her. I mean, she didn't even do a meet and greet because of the whole coronavirus, but I got an interview, and I mean, people were ripping on her shirt. I was like, man, see those are the people, that you're not going to get a photo. I mean, you're literally grabbing her shirt. I'm like, man, it's a person. Like, and that's the other thing I try to tell people. I'm like, they're people. They bleed like us. They get hurt like us. It's not like they're some machine that people don't get that. They think like they're some, like you plug them in and, their Energizer bunny. No, it doesn't work like that.
But, yeah, brother. Yeah. So in closing, this is one of my favorite interviews, Mr. Gallo. Man,
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. In closing, brother, what do you want to tell the fans? What's your final thoughts, my brother?
And how could they find you? Of course, we Instagram and stuff. Yeah. What do you got going on? What's your next steps? Anything promote?
Well, that Rihanna interview, that's gonna come soon. That definitely in play. It's just a matter of time when. So that definitely something. I mean, I can't wait for that. I'm gonna have to make sure I don't scream. No, I wouldn't. I would never do that.
I get inside.
Internally. You know what I'm saying? But that's definitely like the one thing I want to do either this year or, I mean, hopefully this whole coronavirus thing ends soon, so I could get back to, because otherwise we're gonna be doing this a lot. All this, interactive. I mean, it's not a bad thing, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I know.
But I mean, I would maybe love to like maybe brand with someone, like a big network, to do something on fan/reporter, because I feel like there's not enough people that are actually fans that you actually know about the artist, rather than so many reporters ask the stupid questions because it's just given to them rather than like researching on your own. So I want to do that. Otherwise, not just keep on interviewing. Like I love it. Money or no money, it's just a passion. If you put it like this, if you want to do it because you're passionate about it and not because you just want the clout. Because clout dries up really quick. It's not that deep. But no, check me out. Yeah, GalloTheGuyYouKnow.com and everything. Social media is GTGYK is all my ads on Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff.
Yeah, brother.
Sounds good. Great meeting, Nick.
You too.
I think you gave a lot of information that the fans are gonna use, and keep it going. I know this Corona. I highly suggest doing what me and Cesar are doing right now, because you can't wait. This thing could last months. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like, depending if it's another year, I have no choice.
Yeah, exactly. So. And we'll have you back on, we try to do this as often as possible.
Yeah, right. Appreciate it, guys.
Yeah. So, that was my boy, Nick Gallo. Thank you guys for watching. Stay safe. Love you guys. Let's go. Let's get it. Peace.